With a touch of genius and the benefit of a freak accident, Alexander Klein developed in the laboratory a biological mutation which proved to be totally hostile to all forms of life on Earth.
Root beer, if you please.
The morning stream. Prepare the virgin. I don't like the sound of that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Well, hi, hello, and howdy.
Hi. Welcome to, the new month. I had, you know what?
That's right.
Shitty as my weekend was, because I had all the stuff with my mom and everything. I'll give an update on that in a sec, but we had beautiful weather. It was like 62 degrees all weekend. Yeah. It was amazing.
That's the lamb right there.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, no, I guess it's the other way around, right? In like a lion, out like a lamb is what March is supposed to be.
Oh, but, right. Because at the top of it, when we were kids, it was the windy month you went kiting, right? It
was the snowy month that you
was it? For us,
shoveling.
For us, it was always like February was the worst, and then March would kick in, and it would be windy but nice enough.
Really? Okay.
And you could go out and fly kites, and then that was it. That was the end of that.
In Denver, March is the second snowiest month behind February. So.
Yeah. It's all changed now. I don't know what we have now here.
Yeah.
It's all left up.
We need two new animals. Can the Weather Service come up with two new animals for in Leica and out Leica?
In like an emu.
Give us some new similes.
Yeah.
Is it similes?
I don't know.
It's not an as a.
It's not idiom.
Sly as a fox. It might be an idiom.
Is it an idiom? I don't know.
It might still be a simile, even though it's not as a.
Well, you can't spell idiot without idiom. So think of that. Speaking of myself, of course. Hey, check it out, you guys. Quick update on that front. My mom, as you know, we didn't have a show Thursday. I guess we haven't had a show since, so I haven't been able to talk about it.
Oh, right.
Playdate on Friday, so it was a little bit different. But my mom took a bad spill last Wednesday at her physical therapy appointment, and shattered her hip and most of her femur, and they did a reconstruction surgery that very night. Put a big old rod down the femur, right in the middle of it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Some rebar.
Yeah.
Some
basically
structural integrity.
It looks black, like a black bar on the X-rays, but I think it's just steel, and it just looks black on the X-rays because X-rays are like that. Shattered her hip, so that had to be reconstructed. So a bunch of pins and metal and stuff in there, and then she's got all these floater bones that they couldn't get that are just going to be there, absorb into her life.
Hopefully, I mean. That seems like it could be painful later on, those floater bones.
Yeah, they got everything that's near any kind of muscle tissue or any kind of nerves or anything. Some of it was just you just couldn't get, and they did a really good job, but they're about this big, and they are in just places where you just can't get them without severing an artery or doing something
multiple.
Like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so she that went well. Good doctor, good surgeon, good hospital. They took care of her, and then. We went out there when she was recovering, spent hours and hours there, and she's doing much better considering. She's very our biggest concern right now, she's very grumpy and unmotivated about this.
Really? Because your mom has always seemed like, in really good spirits and always positive and.
Yeah, I think she's like, I don't actually blame her. I'm encouraging her, but I don't blame her. She's 86, and you have that level of injury, and you're like, I mean, what are you going to do? I feel like, I hope at 86, I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get up and do. But I don't know till you're there. How does that feel when you're that old? I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, so we're just trying to keep her spirits up, keep her moving, all that stuff. Today, so she moved into a physical therapy center thing, rehab center, and we went there yesterday. That's why we were late for the Oscars. We were there for like 4 hours or something. And, there was a lot of catheter talk because there was something wrong with the catheter, so everybody's running around doing catheter things. And,
God, okay.
That all worked out in the end, so to speak. And then and then we got out of there and came home. But the prognosis is good if she can do the stuff, and the stuff starts today at 10. So 10 a.m. until noon is her first actual physical therapy part of this rehabilitation. That means like standing her up, and she's putting weight on this thing and having to move around and all the hard stuff. Doctor says that if she does what she needs to do, in 3 weeks or so, she could be on a walker and moving around pretty good. And then maybe a couple months into that, she could maybe lose the walker. All of this depends on her motivation. So that's what we're focused on.
Okay.
Going to try to get her stoked, about having pain every day and all that.
Pain, just like gotta reframe it, right? Pain is what turns coal into diamonds.
That's right.
And turns
no pain, no gain, Mom. You're not going to gain.
Stand into pearls.
Exactly. We're going to come up with 100 new metaphors for her motives here. But anyway, we'll see.
You can do this. You've got this. All that stuff.
Yeah. John continues to be a real crank about all of it, and
I can't imagine that he's any help whatsoever.
Not really.
But just
he's trying to support. He's trying to do what he can. I had a long talk with him yesterday. He has a hard time putting himself in other people's shoes. Right. Mm-hmm. So she's like, this really hurts right now. We probably ought to have them move this. And his answer is usually, oh, it's in your head or something like that. And Carter got so annoyed. She goes, so proud of her. She's Carter. She's very sweet. Everyone knows Carter.
0 Fs.
But she goes, John, I think maybe it's the massive traumatic injury to her hip that's the problem.
I love it.
And he was just he was really annoyed by that. He didn't like that at all. But whatever.
Good.
Yeah, he needed to hear it. So we had a whole conversation about, you need to put yourself in her shoes a little bit and understand how this is going. And just because you haven't experienced something like this doesn't mean you can't relate to it a little bit, have a little empathy, and I don't know. It's just
exactly. I'd be the same way. Oh, John, are you going to tell her how much her pain is?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he does that. Literally, the doctor said while we were waiting there, we were in there, and she goes, all right, so between 1 and 10, how are we doing? And my mom goes, well, I think it's about, and John pipes in and goes, it's about a 5. It's a 5.
Jeez Louise,
I'm
John.
like, it's a 5? Freaking John, you don't know what a 5. Who's 5? You're 5? Who's 5?
Exactly. Is that your pain? Because,
so annoying. But we're working on it. So there's that. There's the update there. I'll keep people informed. The other thing I was going to say about that experience.
Can you rate the pain that you came in with? Yes, John, about a 10.
Yeah, he is high on that list. Yeah. So what's funny though is while we were there, I got to tell you this story. This is pretty great. So we're sitting there, and I don't know. I mentioned this briefly on Core, but I don't know why this was said or why it came up. But at some point, we were talking about my mom's favorite places to eat, and she loves P.F. Chang's for some reason. She loves it. He hates it. He only eats Italian. That's all he eats. So he goes, "Oh, I hate that place. I hate it. I'm like, I know you hate it, but you should open your mind up to some of this stuff." He's like,
a little compromise there, John.
Yeah, and I says to him, John. Why? What? Or I go, well, you're just never going to give that a shot, are you? And this is the words he says to me. He says, "Look, when's the last time you saw a bunch of Italian white guys in a P.F. Chang's?" And I said, "What the hell does that mean? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
When's the last time you saw Italians in a P.F. Chang's?" So
he's trying to give the excuse that old Italian white guys don't like P.F. Chang's.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's his defense?
I don't know what he means. Like, I know it's vaguely racist somehow, but I don't know how. Like, it's just something weird Italian pride thing. I don't know what's going on there.
Right. That's so weird.
So then he says, you never see a bunch of Asians in an Italian restaurant. I was like, yeah, you do. In fact, last month we all went to dinner with my, wait for it, Asian siblings.
Right.
Korean brother and sister and other sister. We were all there. Remember that, John? The Italian place that we went to because you refused to go anywhere else? Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Does he have please tell me his preferred Italian restaurant is Olive Garden.
He will go to an Olive Garden over, if you say to him, hey, how's everyone doing? Mexican? You want to do blah, blah, blah. You mentioned Thai food, whatever. He would rather go Olive Garden than any of those things. But if he has his way, he would prefer like one of those, they're still chains, but they're a little bigger. Or more kind of hoity-toity.
Macaroni Grill or Carrabba's.
There you go. Macaroni Grill. He loves that place.
Macaroni Grill. Okay.
Which to me is just like it's like a overblown TGI Fridays in a way.
I feel like Macaroni Grill and Carrabba's and Olive Garden. I don't know if I'd say that one is above the other in like, oh, well, this is a little bit more authentic. And they're all kind of in that same
Yeah,
range.
and he's always like, back in Jersey, we don't have these, P.F. Chang's doesn't even exist there. I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah.
I'll bet I could find a whole
Yeah.
bunch of them in Jersey. I'll bet Monica in our chat could tell us about P.F. Chang's in Jersey if I asked her. She lives in Jersey.
She's already railing against me about Olive Garden. Listen, Tina and I frequently go to Olive Garden, and we will just we are the easiest table because we're like soup, salad, breadsticks, zuppa Toscana, keep it coming.
Kind of us. That's what we do. I don't ever get anything else there, really. I did once, I guess, but most of the time,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get the
we
lasagna.
have
The
before,
lasagna's okay. It's all right.
Lasagna's good. They're bolognese or whatever. But we, I'd say in the last 5 visits to Olive Garden, which took place over the last 2 years, admittedly, it's been exactly that.
Yeah.
Just those 3 things.
I mean, those breadsticks, they go a long way, man.
Can't pass up the breadsticks. Now I focus a little more on the salad, a little bit less on the breadsticks
That's
and
good.
the soup.
That's good. You should. That's what all of us should, but I don't always. Real quick here, the other thing he said, he was on the phone with somebody, some neighbors helping him out. They have a great neighborhood support system. I will give them that. And there's always somebody ready to bring meals or help or do whatever. They'll show up in the middle of the night. Very nice people that they live by. And he was on the phone with one of them. And my mom and I were talking about something else with Kim. We were just off. She's in her hospital bed over here talking. He's way over there on his phone talking. And he says the words, "Okay, we'll see you soon." I heard it. And then my mom goes, she turns from us mid-conversation, looks over in John's direction and says, "Soup? Who's bringing soup?" And John goes, "What?" She goes,
We'll see you soup.
Yeah. And she goes, "Soup. You said soup." And he goes, "I didn't say soup." And they just kept going back and forth about the soup. And I go, "I promise you guys, I promise you this is easy. What you do now is you say, 'What did you say?' 'Oh, I said they're coming over soon.' 'Oh, I thought you said soup.' Anyway, back to the conversation. It isn't hard, but they went on for like 10 minutes about who said soup, who didn't say soup."
Abbott and Costello routine or something like, yeah.
Oh, it killed me, Brian. I was about ready to die.
Soup's on first? No, soup's on second. Who's on first?
They really do turn into your children when they hit this age.
Yeah.
And I want to remember all this I want to burn it into my soul. So when I am there, I don't want to be this weird burden. I want to crack my kids up. I want them to think, "Oh, Dad."
Right. You don't want them to feel like, "Oh my God, Dad has turned into such a 5-year-old." And now we have to
Hey, I'm going to lean over and say things like, "I poked a hole in my colostomy bag," or, whatever. Stuff to make them laugh, but I don't want to be a pain or weird or going, "Soup? What do you mean soup?" And maybe they kind of got in an argument just because they misheard the term soup. I'm like, that is a common thing to mishear your partner say something. So what do you do?
Oh, yeah.
You quickly get past it and say, "Oh, I thought you said soup anyway. Let's move on with our lives." Shit. It was so stupid. Brian, we're going to very, very quickly today go through these Oscars.
Yeah.
All right, we had a great pre-show.
After each one of these, I'm going to say, deserved it. So
deserved it.
I'll just do one blanket, deserved it.
Do you think it's a full deserved it across the board? Is in your opinion, everything got what it deserved?
The first 9 that you have in, or first 10 that you have in here, yeah.
Okay.
I would say.
So here's what we got. We got supporting actress Zoe Saldana.
Yes. Deserved it.
Deserved it.
And really, again, if people don't want to watch Amelia Perez, if you heard Randy and my discussion about the Oscars on FilmSec, it's I'll admit, when I first saw it, I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's a good musical. It's catchy. It's really good. Zoe Saldana is incredible in it. Selena Gomez is in it.
Little shade there. The Selena shade.
No, her singing and dancing was fine, but apparently, and I wouldn't know this because I don't speak the language, her Spanish was not so good. But when Randy and I did our thing, I said, pull up Netflix, watch the first 10 minutes of Amelia Perez, because then you're going to get a Zoe Saldana song and dance routine, and it's really well choreographed and looks really cool. But you probably don't need to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, or if you do, it doesn't matter. Do what you want.
Or if you're enjoying it so far, keep it going.
Yeah,
and maybe
do whatever you want to do. Watch that. Brian liked it. Maybe you will. Other people seem not to.
Exactly.
But she got her due, and that's great because we all love Zoe a lot. She's fantastic.
Yes,
she deserves this for this and probably other things she's been in. Best supporting actor went to Kieran Culkin. Yeah, that's right. The kid with the he put a little tinfoil on his head during Signs. Remember that? That was a thing he did way back in the day.
Right. The more and more I feel like Kieran Culkin is really the characters he plays in Succession and A Real Pain.
Yeah,
I just think
he gets up on stage
really,
like for this acceptance speech, and I'm just like, oh, you're just that guy.
You're just that guy. Yeah.
You guys gave an award to a guy.
I don't know what I'm even doing here. Oh, you guys are, borderline James from Same Sex Mary.
Yeah.
Just a little, not quite as high.
Yeah.
But, well, Jesse Eisenberg, right over there. You're great. Shut up. Okay.
Yeah, he's getting an award for being himself, which maybe that I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know what that is.
Jack Nicholson has made a career out of that, so why not?
Good point. Yeah, we revere him. Why not? Adrian Brody won for the broken nose specialist. Sorry, the brutalist. The brutalist. That's what I meant to say.
That's right. Yes,
the brutalist. Best actress went to is it Mikey or Mickey? Because Hulu cut off before. Freaking.
It is Mikey Madison, and if this doesn't make you people finally start watching the TV show Better Things, I don't know what to tell you. It's on Hulu. It's Pamela Adlon, who's incredible, and versions of her 3 actual daughters, the oldest of which is played by Mikey Madison. And back then, Tina and I said, here is an actress that we're going to see go big, and this is her start. We're watching the start of Mikey Madison's takeover of the world.
Love it. Honora is the movie.
Honora.
Lots of being naked in there is what I understand. A lot of naked in that movie, right?
There's a lot of naked. I mean, it's, I don't know which movie between that and The Substance has more naked. I'd probably say it's probably The Substance has more naked.
The Substance has
there's
a lot of
naked in Honora.
Yeah, plenty of naked in Substance, that's for sure. Best director went to Sean Baker for Honora, and best picture went to Honora. So Honora cleaned up. They took kind of all the big stuff. Nice job, guys. Well
Sean
done.
Baker figured out a way to get himself up on stage a lot by editing the movie he also directed and wrote.
That helps, right?
Yeah.
So now big expectations on him moving forward.
Yeah, for sure.
More naked. Get more naked.
More naked.
Best animated feature film. My pick was Flow, even though I haven't seen it. I just had a feeling, and it was a total guess because I just based on everybody talking about it. But Flow won. Best documentary short went to The Only Girl in the Orchestra, which I heard was awesome. And best documentary, that says short, but it means full. I meant full blown deal.
Full feature.
Yeah. No Other Land, and also arguably the best acceptance speech of the night. I thought that was awesome. Quick side stuff. Dune 2, my favorite movie of the year.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'm honest about what I really like I really, really like,
Okay.
Dune 2 across the board is my...
I would have thought Furiosa might have taken the...
No, Furiosa, not of the two. They're my two favorite movies of the year, and they're close, but I think Furiosa is a peg down. I think Dune 2 is a masterful follow-up to the first one.
I would agree. I would totally agree, but I just wanted to...
Can't wait for the third one. So excited. Yeah. No Furiosa stuff this year. No awards, no nothing.
No, not even, which, I don't know, should have been in there for sound, FX, God, the costuming.
All that stuff probably should have been, I think Hemsworth should have maybe had a nod, best supporting maybe or something, but anyway, best for the visual effects also went to Dune 2, so our good friend Dune won 2 of those. Best editing went to Honora. Best makeup and hairstyle, The Substance. The Onion called it Best Goo Award, which I think is appropriate.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Adapted screenplay went to Conclave, which is, I think, its only big win, right?
It was, yeah.
It's a bummer. I love that movie.
It is a bummer, but yeah,
it's so good, guys.
It's really good.
That's like my third favorite movie of the year. I really liked it.
I think I when you do get to it. And even if you split it up in 2 nights, watch The Brutalist when it does arrive on streaming, because of all these movies, that actually is one that I'm surprised how much I keep going back to and thinking about after watching it.
Really?
Still, yeah.
I expect to like it. It also feels like the most traditional Oscar movie of all of them.
Yeah.
Well, that and Conclave, I would say. Whereas everything else is a little odd. You know,
Really odd. Yeah. Substance and Nora's very unusual.
Amelia Perez,
for-
very different.
Yeah. Yes.
All that stuff is really different. And Flo, but is different than your
Flow is so different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird year.
I can't wait. You haven't seen Wild Robot yet, right?
No, still have. I was planning on cramming this all in before my mom fell over, and then all my free time has been doing that. So I haven't had time to watch anything. But
I was so divided. I also went with Flow over, but I did do Wild Robot as my half-point backup hedge bet.
Yeah. Seemed like those two were the two. They were the horses in the race that you had to pay attention to. We got hairstyle and stuff for the substance, like I mentioned. Let's see, we did the conclave. Best original screenplay was for Nora, and Wicked got best costume design. So good job, Wicked. You did it. I didn't see any of the performances. I hear they were. I heard Arivio and what's her?
Ariana Grande. Yeah, I saw that one twice.
Yeah. Oh, was that one of the ones?
The rewind. Yeah.
Oh man.
I guess that's all pre-show. Patrons, you'll hear the story about my Oscar night. For the rest of you haven't. Yeah. No, it was beautiful, and they incorporated Defying Gravity into Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and also even turned it into a really touching tribute to Hollywood recovering from the Los Angeles fires and things like that. It was really touching, and
it's great.
Those two sound amazing, and I still stand by the fact that Ariana Grande knows precisely where every camera is in the room and knows when they're pointed at her, and will play it to any camera that is pointed at her.
She's born for it. She was born for it.
She's
also a bird person, but whatever. That's a side note.
a little bit of a bird person.
I just expect her. I think she seems fine and nice and everything. I like a lot of her stuff, and I think she's super interesting. But I just feel like if I was in front of her and I said, "Hello, I'm Scott Johnson. It's very nice to meet you, Ariana Grande," she'd go,
"Yeah."
I don't know why.
She's surprisingly funny on SNL, and her bits on Jimmy Fallon where they spin the wheel and have her do an impersonation of folks like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Adele are amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's talented as hell. She's freaky talented, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Freaky and so damn confident. And she made out, or a lot more than that. Her and the what's his name from SNL, that googly looking weirdo, like she'll perform anything. You know what I'm saying?
Which I mean, there's like 8 googly looking weirdos on SNL right now.
He's off now. He's not there now. What's his name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good first guess for googly looking weirdo.
Yeah. They were a hot thing for a minute. Well, anyway, there you go. Your Oscars are done. Wednesday, when Randy's here, we're gonna have a little bit more for recommendals. We have a little extra space on Wednesday. We're gonna talk more. So
Randy loves the Oscars as well, so we want to make sure we get some time to talk to him about.
He got his picks got dinged a bit. I think. I don't think Randy did that well here.
Randy did great. He came in third.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who's first?
I came in ninth. Randy came in third. We're gonna announce the winner. Somewhere else. but not here. But
probably
I will
film
say
sack.
that Randy,
that's great. Where did I end up?
I thought I did way better because I'm looking at my list and I think I should have done my points should be higher. I think. Can you recheck can you do a recount, Randy?
Yeah, do a recount.
On my points specifically.
We demand a recount.
You came in.
It's going to be way down there, isn't it? It's like some awful.
It is 35th.
Jeez, how many people total though?
Yeah. 56.
Oh shit, that's bad.
Yeah, you came in with about less than a third as many points as our winner.
This is typical.
Actually, a third as many points as Randy.
I got dinged pretty hard. I think Randy would have been second had he done if he'd have done Flow. I'll bet. Although you get points either way because he chose the half points.
Randy said he did Flow.
Oh, I thought he picked Wild Robot.
Oh, did you? Oh no, I'm sorry. He did pick Wild Robot. Yes.
Yeah, he made a huge deal about it the other day, so I assume so. Well, all right then. Hey, I got a quick call to play.
Play it.
Check this out. This is from a listener about speaking and teaching. We had this question about if you go to another country, Japan, are you required to know Japanese to teach English?
To teach English, yeah.
And we have a guy who knows.
Hello, Scott and Brian. It's your friend Les, calling you from Prague in the Czech Republic. Just calling to let you know you're talking about teaching English in other countries. And I can't speak about Japan. They might have some very strict rules. But here in Prague in the Czech Republic, where I teach English, you do not have to speak the local language to teach. It makes it easier if you can, but it's not necessary.
So here's my question for Les. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But write back in and tell us how much how much of the local language, what do they speak in Prague?
How much Czech?
Is it just Czech? Is that what it's called?
It's just Czech, yeah.
How much Czech do you speak now that you've been there for a while? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you fluent? Did this teaching job end up teaching you another language? Like, I'm super curious about that. You know, like I want to hear him talk Czech.
I'd be curious, yeah.
And if you do call in, speak a little Czech for us. How about that?
Right, please. Yeah, we miss Les. I remember he headed out there like after the last Nertacular, I think.
Yeah, 2018, 2019, something like that. Pre-pandemic, I think.
So what time would I have to do TMS if I moved to Japan to teach English? Just want to figure this out.
7 hours ahead, right? Or something like that. Or no, that's
a little more than that. That's England is 7.
Yeah, I have that wrong. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Maybe it's behind us. This is how you do it because it's.
I think right. I think so. I can't, and I don't know if TMS Vegas would have to move to Tokyo, TMS Tokyo or something.
Well, you probably get five people there.
Right, if that.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. What it would be.
Sean Stratton says 9. 13 hours ahead? Okay.
13 hours ahead, 9 behind us? Would that math work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I know it's very late there now, right? Or they're getting ready for bed or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Thank you for that, Les, and we do miss you. Hey, Brian, tell us about this thing. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, speaking of TMS Vegas, there are just 12 spots left. I'm warning you with peace and love. There are only 12 spots left. If you try and sign up after those 12 spots are taken, your name will be thrown into the bin.
With peace and love, though.
With peace and love. I'm warning you with peace and love. So if you want to play, listen, you can play the video game tournament. I mean, you can go play video games all you want, but if you want to be in the tournament, then
yes, we're talking about the tournament here, not tickets. This is a whole separate thing. This is just our tournament night, and we want to fill the slots, but they are still limited, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
12 spots. So go to tms.vegas and click the link for video game tournament sign up, and then get your name in there. And who knows who you'll be playing, who you'll be seated against. It'll be fun. I'm still working on figuring stuff out for the miniature golf deal. I think our dude blocked out a bunch of times when I was talking to him about an official group event, but their food and beverage in Vegas is such a racket, man. Yeah. So they basically want us to pay the equivalent of everybody playing a round of mini golf, and then drinking 4 premium drinks. And we're just not those people.
We're not. We have too much of a mix. We have some people that will drink 12, and we have some that'll drink 0. So it's like
right, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know why they're always the food and drink minimum thing feels not recent. I know this isn't a recent thing, but it just feels prominent now. Like
it really does. You can't that's the problem that I'm running into with we try and do a dinner every year for the producers, so we can all get together and talk about podcasting, but also catch up with each other, in a separate environment. And there are weird food and beverage problems there too that are all weird.
It's like it's just almost as bad as resort fees. It feels like
it kind of is. Yeah, exactly.
Resort
so
fees.
Anyway,
I heard they were going to get rid of that. I don't know if they did, but there was talk of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the local...
I know there was... Yeah, that's right. There was a thing. There was talk about that. Who knows?
I don't know if it went through or not. Maybe it got voted down. I have no idea.
Yeah. So regardless, you still want to go to tms.vegas, sign up for the video game tournament, but also sign up for the miniature golf. Just grouping. We're getting into 4-person groups, so just make sure you're either in the looking for group column or that you're in one of the columns of teams. And there's all the instructions you could possibly want on that sheet. Big thanks to Bobby for helping me set that up in a very nice and easy to understand format.
He's a spreadsheet lord, that guy.
He is. Yeah. He's a formula lord.
Yeah, formula lord. Really good at it.
Formula lord.
Yeah. All macros, no micros, that guy. He knows what's
up. That's right, exactly.
All right. We'll see him later, by the way. We got him on today. So
we will. Oh, good. Yay.
A little bit of science on a Monday, and that'll be fun.
Always love science day.
Let's get in here and do a little Dunaway time. We're going to play a game called the Monday Half-Asses, and we can't do it without our old pal, Brian Dunaway. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott. You sure couldn't. Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. That would only be like
hi.
a fourth of an ass or something.
Right?
No, I can't do the math.
1/3 ass. Wait.
1/3
Okay.
ass.
I have a Hank Hill butt, so I think you minus some butt from there. Anyway, good to have you here, man.
Gluteus minimus.
I hope you're well. We're going to play a little game here. You're going to have a lot of Dunaway today because when we're done with this, due to my mom's issues and then internet issues on Saturday after Film Sack, we had to push Play Retro to today. So
today.
yeah.
Wow.
So tonight at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, my time, and 6 p.m. Brian time, we will be we'll be banging that out. So a lot of Brian Dunaway.
No matter what, even if I'm running from forest fires.
That's right, which you shouldn't be where you live.
Is that an issue out there?
I hope not.
Yeah, we have South Carolina is under
really
no burn.
There's-
Yeah, we got wildfires. Wildfires.
Are they control burns, or are you talking about like accidental, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, like burst into flames.
Jeez.
Mostly not on my side. Not on my side. It's mostly on the west side.
There's the South Carolina side, and then there's the Brian side. I like that.
That's right. I'm Brian side.
Well,
represent.
Brian side represent for sure. We're going to play a game. Let's play it. Brian, let's explain the rules and who might win. Who might win what?
Who might min what?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Morning Half-Ass. This is a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving the two of you the answers. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct and 3 like min are incorrect. Depending on how confident you feel with the category, you can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if any of those guesses are wrong, you get 0 points for that round. 0! If you get 1 right, you get a point, though. That's nice. If you get 2 right, 3 points. Oh, that's pretty good. But if you get 3 right, you get 5 points. I don't know how that math works. It just does. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize of their contestant, and contestants will be pulled from members of the Tadpool that don't have ears and aren't able to be here and listen. Scott, you're playing for Don Mueller in Oxford, Ohio.
Nice. Wait,
Miami University.
Why'd you yell it that way?
Because he doesn't have ears, is what I said. He's members of the Tadpool that don't have ears. And
Oh, you
Are
said
you implying
ears.
that they're reptiles?
They are reptiles. They have to feel the vibrations coming from their speakers.
They're like those cave lizards
Mark
that Attenborough's always talking about. It's like, these things don't need eyes. Okay.
the albino cave lizards.
Nice.
Brian, you're playing for Jack Fox. Oh, well, Jack Fox has big ears with fuzzy tufts of hair on the tips. In Omaha, Nebraska.
You ever hear a
Nice.
fox not sound all nervous?
Fox.
They always go.
They do, yeah.
That's what the song says anyway, right?
They're so nervous.
What the fox say?
Yeah.
If Gilvis got one thing right, he knew what the foxes say.
Yeah. All right.
Gilvis.
Sweet.
It's pronounced.
Well, we have our bards to play for, and we're gonna beat them.
That's
We're gonna
right.
win. This is gonna be great.
Let's see how we do here. Let's get to question number 1. Number 1 here is university sports teams nicknamed Wildcats. So which one of these, or which 3 of these universities have sports teams called the Wildcats? New Mexico State, Villanova, Charleston, Kansas State, Towson, and New Hampshire. As we kind of get edged closer and closer to March Madness, which 3 of those are Wildcats?
Good Lord.
I know.
Yeah. You don't get to luck in a team nickname and not have other colleges use the same one.
Yeah.
Of course, no Arizona or Kentucky Red Wings.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
too
would know.
easy.
Then we'd know those. That's the point. We don't know those, or we do know. Those are the 2 we do know. All right, I've locked in
None
with
of
2.
these
'cause
seem
I'm done.
right. All right, I'm trying to think of where Wildcats would be. Like, would they do it like that?
Sometimes, and then they move. It's like, well, that's professional. But like the Jazz moved here, we don't have Jazz. Salt Lake City
All
Jazz.
right,
Come on.
fine.
Okay. All right.
Just guess.
You guys both locked in on New Mexico State. No, the New Mexico State team, for some reason, are the Aggies, kind of like Texas A&M. Kansas State, Brian, you did get that one right. Towson, it's the Towson Tigers.
Damn.
So no points. New Hampshire, Villanova, and Kansas State are all Wildcats.
Well, at least you got one, Dunaway. I feel stupid. I got none of them.
Charleston, Brian, do you know what the Charleston, South Carolina?
They're the Chews.
The Charleston Shoes. Very good.
Yeah,
Absolutely correct. Named after the candy bar. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Why wouldn't you name it
Why
after
not?
a candy bar?
No, the Golden Eagles. Charleston Golden Eagles.
Oh, wow. So,
yeah.
we also have an Aggies, Utah State Aggies. Is
Oh,
that
really?
And an Aggie is
Okay.
like a bull or
Short
like
for
a
agriculture.
Oh, okay. They made our dude like a big steer, like beef steer, which I guess fits. It's like, we're cutting steaks and growing weeds, and I don't know what we do.
Right.
I was always curious about what that meant.
At least Texas A&M is short for agriculture because it's A&M is agriculture and manufacturing. Is that right? What's the M?
I don't know.
Monkeys.
It's definitely agriculture
Yes,
at Utah
agriculture
State.
and monkeys. Yes, that's it.
It's the two focuses at Utah State, crazily, are agriculture, like you said. That's why they're the Aggies, and commercial art. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, really?
They have an
so
insane.
It should be A&A.
Yeah, it should be A&A. They have an amazing commercial art program up at Utah State. If you have a kid out there and you're like, he wants to go out of state but doesn't know where to go, their commercial art thing is so good. It's really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I don't know why Dunaway's laughing, but it's really good.
It's because you're hilarious.
Oh, well, thanks, Brian.
All right. Wow.
But for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Okay. It just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Let's get to question number 2. Number 2 is, which of these are luchadores, Mexican wrestlers? Even I know you guys.
Thank you for. Oh, thank goodness.
That's for everybody else. That's for everybody else.
Oh, good.
Sure.
Your choices are Fishman, Juan Caspa, Rey Mysterio, El Dedo del Pie, Luis Buñuel, and Mil Mascaras.
Oh my gosh,
Which
dude.
3 of those are
I should
actual
feel ashamed of
luchadores?
myself.
These all sound like fancy purse makers, you know?
That's right. Who are you wearing tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing
I have
Juan Caspa.
I have Fishman. I know what I want, but I don't know if it's going to be right. So I'm going to choose what I want. How about that?
Choose what you want. I think it's a really good choice.
Yeah.
I choose you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you guys locked at exactly the same time.
What? Oh.
And no overlap between the two of you.
Nice.
All right, Scott, you went with Fishman and Rey Mysterio.
I
Brian,
want-
you went with El Dedo del Pie. And
Should probably mean something about your pee, I'm sure. Go ahead.
it's not, but it does mean the toe in Spanish. El Dedo de Pie is the toe. Luis Buñuel. I don't know how you do the Enya and then a UE. Buñuel. He's a filmmaker, and Juan Caspa is really just Juan Dandruff in Spanish, meaning Fishman, Rey Mysterio, and Mil Mascaras are the right answers. Scott, with
get
3
it?
points.
Oh, look at that. Good job, Scott. Knowing his luchadors.
complete guess, and I really just wanted Fishman
And I
to be
used
real.
to even
You
watch
really
the
wanted
El Rey
Fishman,
Network.
Yeah. How do they now? Do they? It's like how do I say fish in Spanish?
Pescado?
Pescado. Is it more like pescado hombre or whatever?
No, he's really called Fishman. These are their Spanish names.
Wow. All right.
He's just
Have
Fishman.
you guys ever watched Lucha Underground on the El Rey Network?
No.
Rodriguez's.
I don't
little-
know. I didn't know there was an
network
El Rey
thing.
network either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, you got to watch
There's-
the El Rey Network.
There's a contender for Univision's crown.
Wait. El Rey is
Oh, dude, this is-
isn't that
this
the
is-
Rodriguez?
Yeah, this is Robert Rodriguez's baby he made. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So it's got a lot of action stuff, old stuff he got the rights to. It's like he's kind of Tarantino that way with all the old like westerns and whatever. And then they had the show. They had an original, right, for the Dusk Till Dawn series on there, I think.
I believe they did.
Yeah.
I used to leave the Lucha Underground
Yeah.
Yeah.
on while I can't remember none of the guys.
I always forget what it's called, and I think he sold that network now to somebody.
It was El Rey Network was the name of the network.
Yeah, but I think he sold it. Somebody else owns it now.
I'm sure he did.
I would. It's probably worth a lot of money.
Network.
Yeah. The Spy Kids Network, it should be called. Well, anyway. All right. Well, I'm happy with that. I'll take 2.
Yeah, 3 points going into our final round.
Nice.
Brian, you need to start making something happen with literature. Oh, we love literature. Which of these are the March sisters from Little Women? I know quite a few people in the chat room, especially Amy, are going to know this one. Abby, Sue, Meg, Mary, Joe, Beth. 3 of those are the March sisters, or are 3 of the March sisters from Little Women. 3 of them are not.
Mary Jo Beth is like a name of someone I know.
That's what I was just looking at.
It's kind of like
I
one
went-
person, Mary Jo Beth. Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of now you made me second guess. Is that what you're going with, Scott?
No, but I think I know one for
Hey,
sure. I
come
might know 2 for sure. It's been a very long time.
Which one did Florence Pugh play in the recent movie?
And that's the one I haven't seen, and I keep hearing that one's so
Oh,
great.
really?
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
good things. Oh, hold on.
I chose too soon. I thought Scott had already locked in with Mary Jo Beth.
It'd be funny if that's it. Oh shit! Hold on. Like just let me play some stuff in my head here.
Sure.
No, you know what? I'm going safe. There you go.
Okay. All right. Whew. Brian locked in with 3. Scott
had to.
locked in with 2.
Uh-huh.
The 2 the 2 that both of you locked in with. You guys actually locked in on the 2 same ones, Joe and Beth.
Yeah. I
Okay,
remember
good,
Joe.
good. Now the question is, was it Mary? Which I thought Scott was
Joe
going to pick.
and Beth were correct, or are correct.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So, Brian,
So,
you
yes.
now know you've got 3 more points. You got 3 points. Scott also logged in with Meg.
Did I?
I'm sorry, no, Brian. I'm sorry, no.
I locked in with Meg because I was like,
Yeah,
Mary.
Brian,
I was like, he's going Mary. So I said,
I-
Meg.
I only did
Purple,
2.
blue, I'm all confused. So I'm sorry. Brian, you locked in with Joe and Beth. You both locked in with Joe and Beth. So guaranteed points for both of you there.
Got it.
Cool, cool,
Brian,
cool,
you
cool.
also logged in with Meg. I really shit the bed on this one. Meg
Now
is also correct.
Now I don't even know what's going on.
Meaning that,
What?
Oh, I got it.
you won, Scott. You won.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, that's right. Because if I'd have lost it, I would have. Yeah, it would have been bad.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Those are the 3. Meg, Joe, and Beth are
Down to the
3 of the March
wire.
sisters from Little Women, and
One of them's a giant shark that kills Jason Statham twice. But,
that's right. And that's right. Amy, not in the list, was Florence Pugh.
Oh, Amy is her character? I didn't know that.
Amy is her character. Yep.
I would like to watch that. I think I will make time to do that because I am a fan of the original work. Oh, and my mom handed down from my grandmother. My grandmother has, I don't know the names of these things. Obviously, I already done a third, but she has a whole set of these little mini dolls from like the 30s that represent all the little women, right?
Right,
The sisters.
right.
And she's gonna. And my mom was saying over this weekend that she wants to pass those down to one of my girls. So
really? Oh, that's
I
cool.
may very soon learn all there is to learn about the Mary, Beth, Joe, Meg, Sue, Abby's.
Mary Jo Beth, which was I was convinced it was until I had to make a move.
Yep.
Which gave me some points.
Some of these girls,
I don't
they
regret
sound like
anything.
they're all part of what was the show? Facts of Life. These are all Facts of Life characters, aren't
They
they?
kind of are, right? Abby,
Yeah.
Mary,
There's not a
and,
Tootie up there. Hmm.
right? Tootie, Natalie, Blair, Joe.
They called her skates back then.
This is
Mrs. Garrett. Was there a 5th
Ooh,
for a
you
long
do
while?
know
There
them
was
all.
a 5th.
Oh, Brian
there was a
Brian
fifth.
knows his Facts of Life, dude.
I
yeah.
know my
Didn't Joe
Facts of
leave
Life.
for a little bit or something? Was it Joe? that
No,
left
there
for
was
a while?
another
Or was it
woman
Blair?
that left. They also had a.
Oh, there was a whole slew of
Yeah.
of girls in the first season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. They had more. They just kind of fell off, and they narrowed the cast. I think.
Yeah, there was a girl who was deaf. Am I forgetting one? I said Blair, Joe, Tootie,
Oh,
and
I know.
Natalie. Yeah, I can't remember any of those.
Yeah.
Kei Katsumi's
Anyway.
right. I won because I had points from the Luchadors. The Luchadors got me over the top.
Two in Luchadors
Luchador
and
wins
2
it.
here got you 2 3-point rounds.
That's
And,
right.
Job, Scott.
Thanks,
so well
man.
done.
Everybody put a dumb mask on and celebrate with us as we pass
That's right.
on what prizes to who, Brian? Who won what?
Yeah, well, congratulations, Don in Oxford, Ohio. You are getting a copy of the games Spinch, Spinch,
Yeah.
and You Riding, surfing and bodyboarding games. So I guess you ride yourself as a surfboard.
YouRide.com.
You ride.
Yeah.
But Jack Fox in Omaha, you're also getting something called Metal Unit on Steam. I don't know anything about any of these games. You guys play any of the 3 of these?
I have never heard of Metal Unit, but I want it right now.
I feel like I've heard of it, but not played it. I've definitely never heard of You Riding or Spinch.
Metal Unit.
Yeah.
This is rare. I usually have at least one game in your
Usually
list.
know
that I've
one of
played.
the 3, or at least one of the 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why we like King Quimzabi, because he sends us this amazing list of stuff we've never heard of.
That's
It's
right.
great. So congratulations, everybody. You guys are all winners. How do we know? Because Fletcher says this.
Congratulations.
And that means you can all run off and brag to your friends and tell them to listen to TMS and become patrons. Okay?
That's right. Please do.
That's
Please
the
do
deal.
that.
That's the deal. Brian Dunaway, always good to talk to you. We'll do it again at 4. Can't wait. Talking about Space Quest, point and click our way to space, you know?
We're not going to click. We're not going to point
No,
and click. We're
that's
going to
true.
text parsnip, baby.
That's
1
true.
through 3.
It's a lot of walk north and a lot of typing. I always
Yeah,
forget that
type
with
in
this series.
again.
Yeah. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's because this was the last great one of those before the point and clicks took over. They just took over.
That's right. That's right. They were right there at it on
Yeah.
the precipice.
Sierra games.
Yeah,
Sierra
Sierra did it.
LucasArts, all that
Correct.
stuff. Yeah. All
Good
those.
luck with playing any of those games out of Hint Book.
No,
We'll talk
no
about that
kidding.
too.
Totally. Yeah.
That's the other thing. You need a damn manual for this thing. But it's an important series. We got a new one coming this year from the same creators. It's all very exciting. So check that out later today, 4 p.m. Mountain Time at frogpants.tv. Get Play Retro wherever you get your podcast. Brian, kiss our butts.
Look you.
Ooh, he's very fast today. Very fast.
Nice. Very fast. Very fast.
All right, you weirdos. We're going to do one news story. All right? One.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Today's news brought to you by...
Your frequent reminder that tickets to attend TMS Vegas are up and ready for you to nab at tms.vegas right now. Get some while the getting them remains good. tms.vegas.
Get them while the getting them remain...
I read it as it's written,
You know,
Scott.
I don't know what I was thinking. That's a terrible write, and you did the perfect read of a terrible write. So you did not... You righted my wrong is what you did.
I read it as written. I also
Anyway.
didn't say tickest.
Oh, tickest. Yeah, Doug, get your tickest at the
Tickest.
thing. Yeah, we want to see you guys, so get in there. We've sold a lot. They're going to go quick. We do have a limit, so don't wait too long if you're considering coming.
Don't sit on your hands for too long.
It is fun seeing all the familiar names, though. It's just awesome. I like that.
Good. Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm sorry the Canadian exchange rate on the dollar right now kind of sucks. I apologize to Canadians who are coming. You guys don't deserve that kind of heat.
And I hope once you come to our country, you're able to leave at the end of the event.
Yeah. Or maybe take us with you. I don't know.
Here. Yes, please.
Oh, by the way, okay. Well, you know what? I'll say that for later. I'm going to tell you the story.
Okay.
Pet
all right.
monkeys are in the news. Pet monkey jumps through the drive-thru window and attacks a Starbucks worker. Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
That's right. Alabama cops say this happened. Is it Alabama? Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami Herald, though. Anyway. Starbucks employee was attacked by a customer's pet monkey. Alabama police say the incident happened on Friday, January 10th. The Mobile Police Department said in January. The animal and its owner were gone by the time the officers arrived, but investigators pieced together what happened. Probably not very hard. You can tell when a monkey jumped through a window, you know?
Right. Exactly. We've got 5 Starbucks employees that are saying the monkey came through the drive-thru window and attacked him and then got back in the car. Okay. I think we've pretty much figured out what happened.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kind of not the kind of thing it's not the story you'd use as a cover-up. It just feels too on the nose. But anyway, the employees were working the drive.
Who ordered the gorilla latte?
Yeah. Forget Vente.
I know it's not a monkey, but I'm trying to come up with something that sounds like
Totally fine. Chat, they're apes. We know.
The Reese's
There you go.
macchiato.
Brian and I are aware of the difference between monkeys and apes. We know.
We are
Okay.
fully aware.
The employee was working through the drive-thru and the monkey inside the customer's vehicle got free, said the police. The monkey then leapt from the vehicle through the window of the business and attacked an employee. According to the police, a coworker rushed up to help and pulled the monkey off the employee. I pulled the monkey. The monkey then re-entered the customer. Oh, boy, let me rephrase that. The monkey then re-entered
This story took a turn, man.
The monkey then re-entered the customer's vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Before the customer drove away, the owner of the animal could face charges. This remains an active animal services investigation, said police. It said, let's see, they identified it as an Aotus monkey. Or is that how you'd say that? Aotus?
I was pulling up the song for the mid thing.
Oh, you're fine.
I would say it was an Aotus monkey.
Aotus
I don't know
or
what that is.
Aotus? Aotus, something like that.
It's a animal of the United States is what that stands
There
for.
you go.
Aotus.
There you go. Yeah, this whenever wild animals are in places other than Missouri, I always wonder what the hell's going on because the laws in Missouri are the only ones that are that laxed.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, you can just.
Oh yeah,
Get
the like looking little owl monkeys. I'll give you a link of here's what an Aotus monkey.
Oh yeah,
looks
let's take
like.
a look here and share it with the folks.
Put it in the there it is in our Discord. Enjoy that picture of an Aotus monkey.
He's cute.
He's cute, except for those teeny tiny little pupils, which freak me out.
Yeah, they see into your soul. Look at that.
That's right.
He knows what
It
I've
looks
been
like
doing.
he's saying, "Did you put an extra shot in there like I asked?"
He also looks like he stinks.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah.
Stinky monkey. All right.
Stinky monkey.
That is today's news. We're now going to take a break. When we come back, Bobby Frankenberger will be here to talk some science into us. Not just about science, but into us. He's going to pound it into us.
Talk it into us. We just have to open ourselves and let him talk into us.
Yeah, open your minds, be ready. But before that, let's loosen up the old gray matter with a song from Brian.
Yeah, we had a lot of young and up-and-coming performers in India in the Middle last week. We're going to continue that today with a 22-year-old San Diego-based British singer-songwriter by the name of Pip Lewis. That's a very British singer-songwriter name, isn't it?
Jeez,
Pip Lewis.
yeah.
This is her brand new single coming off her forthcoming album, which is called Growing Pains. Very much an 80s sound that I really, really love. If you like LaRue,
I do like LaRue, actually.
Yeah. Or Goldfrapp, then you're probably going to like this. Even a little Ellie Goulding, early Ellie Goulding.
Oh, love early Ellie. I prefer early Ellie
Am
Goulding.
I painting with your colors? I think I am.
You are.
Anyway, here's Pip Lewis and the first of our unplanned theme songs for today called Dead Ringer.
The Army denied having anything to do with those dead sheep in Utah for 14 months.
I don't suppose either of you ladies would care to buy a pair of shoes.
And we return. Tell me more of that song.
Sure. That is Pip Lewis and a song called Dead Ringer. She was inspired, by the way, to write that when she heard the opening of Blue Monday by New Order, the one that goes do 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 do.
I love that song.
That is Dead Ringer by Pip Lewis. Make sure to check out her upcoming album, Growing Pains, when it drops February 21st. Oh, it's already dropped.
Oh, nice.
It dropped. Go listen to the whole thing now.
Speaking of USU, Utah State University, that's in Logan. And last week you had a singer from Logan.
I did.
That 22-year-old girl. I passed that song around. Everybody's losing their minds about this person. They're so excited.
Good. Yeah.
Really good.
Look for more from her, too, coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon, baby. All right, let's get old Bobby all rolled up into one here.
Come on, old Bobby.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Old Bobby's...
Old Bobby.
His time to shine and to bring his magical mix of bobbiness. All right, here he is.
Science!
Bob is hungry, and the soup looks good.
It sure does, and Bobby is with us, as he is each and every Monday that he's allowed to be here. It's not every Monday, but it's enough to give us a little bit of scientific background and information and stuff we just didn't know before. Bobby, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for welcoming me back.
Oh, it's just it's our pleasure.
Thank you, welcome.
It's our pleasure to welcome you back. He's the host of All Around Science with his co-host Maura. They do amazing work over there, and just comes over here and just spills a little bit of the tea. Just a little bit of whatever's going on, and it's good because then we walk away more knowledgeable. We understand our universe just a little better. And Bobby's hair grows 2 inches every time we learn something. So
totally does. And a bell rings, something like that.
Something like that.
I like how it's a cross between It's a Wonderful Life and John Malkovich in Con Air reading the letter to Poe's daughter.
I haven't thought of that scene. Well, since I last saw it, that's amazing. It's a good combo.
My daddy is coming home on March 15th.
He does totally do that. All right. Well, Bobby, tell us what you got. Lay it on us. Let's see if we're ready to hear this magical truth you've brought with you.
Yeah. You're not ready.
Oh,
you're just
shit.
Not ready? Should I be sitting down for this? I feel like I should be sitting
scared.
down for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay. I'll stand up, but I'm prepared to sit down if I have to.
Yeah. Only if you have
Keep
to.
a chair handy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So when astronauts go up into the space station, you think of those people as being pretty healthy, right?
Yeah, I do usually. Sure.
I would assume so. Yeah.
I assume they have rigorous training and they got to blow into that thing to make the ball rise and all that, and going through the thing that swings real fast, and they look old on the camera because their G's are so hard and all that.
Right.
All the tests that we saw on Apollo 13. Yes, correct.
Yes, everything
All
I've
the
seen in
things-
movies. That's the stuff I assume.
Sure. Yeah. Goldfinger. Not Goldfinger. It was the one with Roger. It was a Moonraker.
Oh, Moonraker.
Where he's in the centrifugal force.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, right.
Didn't he fight in
So
there?
yeah, you generally want astronauts to be pretty healthy all around because they're going to be up in space with limited access to healthcare, and also they need to withstand the rigors of traveling up to the space station. So you want them to be pretty healthy, right?
Sure.
For sure.
Well, it turns out that, and I didn't know this, it turns out that astronauts on the ISS, the International Space Station, often experience immune system issues like allergies and skin rashes and sometimes asthma symptoms all the time. And
I didn't know that.
despite the fact that they have a clean bill of health, pretty healthy pre-launch, right? And so researchers have been wanting to know, why does that happen to astronauts? What sorts of things are going on that causes allergies and skin rashes? And is there some sort of like space allergy that they're dealing with,
Those cosmic rays that gave the Fantastic Four their powers also give allergies. And
I thought there was some story maybe years ago that the place was pretty gross. Like the air filtration wasn't right, or
the
space
International Space Station.
Yeah, and now Bobby, I'll admit that it might be me remembering Peter Stormare in Armageddon being up there all alone, because he was up there by himself being all disgusting, right? And so I may
have to excuse the place. I've been keeping it up.
Yeah, I've been keeping it up. I love that lilt he does, but the whole idea at the time, I thought I heard this, that it was just a little bit grody up there, and there was no real way to stop some of it because it's just you can only do so much. I don't. Maybe you can fill us in on that.
You are right that there is a sort of unique microbiome up there, and they do their best to keep things pretty sanitized for a lot of reasons, not just health reasons, but also they're doing experiments up there that they don't want to get infected with different things. Like they want to keep everything pretty controlled so that they know what's going on. But there's, they're people. People are pretty gross. We all come with our own microbiome already packaged with us, And so there's only so much you can do. And but that's what the researchers suspected, is that maybe there's something going on with the environment, with the microbiome up there that would contribute to the symptoms of allergies and skin rashes and asthma symptoms and stuff like that. So
you think Buzz Aldrin was just cracking off farts? And well, I guess he wasn't in the space station, but you know what I mean. Like on the thing on the way up.
Certainly in the capsule, he absolutely was. He looks like
he just looks like a guy.
And there's nothing you can do. You're just stuck in there. But I imagine the astronaut suits hold that stuff in really well. So you're just hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you're not keeping your helmet on though.
That's true.
That's true. It's going to escape out your. Yeah, that's true.
In fact, with that, given that, I think you have a sort of moral imperative to wait until you are on a spacewalk to do your part.
Well,
there's those times though where you've had too much Tang or whatever they've done.
Right.
And
but it's probably pretty hard, right? Because the pressure changes. Just like, there's been research that suggests that you are more gassy on an airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I feel better about my whole life now that you've said that, because I always feel.
Oh yeah, when you're on everybody who's listening, public service announcement: when you're on a plane, don't feel bad cracking farts. It's just it happens.
Farting on a jet plane.
So it's a little like the bends, like when you go too low in the water and all the gas in your joints and stuff can cause.
Yeah, it's just that the fart gases in your gut expand. Yeah. So.
Different pressures, different parts of your body are getting pressurized that normally wouldn't.
Well, I'm going to remember this next time, because I always feel so terrified of letting one off in a plane because I don't want to. I got everybody around me. I don't want to. I want to be the problem. I've been.
No, of course, nobody wants to be.
I never cared because. Like no one's gonna know. To me, I just don't want people to know I'm the problem.
Yeah, no, that's that's a healthy attitude, because if you have to, you have to, and if you're okay with it, I just feel such feelings of guilt. It's just like
I will suffer the pain of trying to keep one in for as long as possible before let something go on a plane.
You're the best of us, Brian.
No, I'm the most I think I'm the worst.
You're right. You're right. Maybe that's on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think so. Exactly.
It's also a problem.
Like maybe I shouldn't do so much discomfort and just do it. Just say, all right.
Well, you can get, when my brother bought them once, you buy those, that charcoal underwear, and every time you fart, it like neutralizes it. It's like it's got like a filter in there or something like that, and you just fart right through it, and it just comes out like regular air or whatever. That's a way to do it.
Has this been tested? This sounds suspicious.
It does, right? But I'm pretty sure it works because it's just like a charcoal filtration system in your butthole, right?
Well, if anybody's going to test it, it's two brothers. So you should do it. You got to put face to butt. You need to test it.
All right. I'll get with Matt this weekend and see what we can do. I'm very excited.
All right. But anyway, there was a study. So the scientists decided to do a study to figure out, is there something going on with the microbiome in the International Space Station that could account for this? And they did a big microbiome study on the ISS. It was UC San Diego researchers, largest microbiome study that's ever been done up there, even larger than the one that you were referring to, Scott, that talked about how gross it can be in the space station. They had astronauts up there collect over 800 samples collected across 8 pressurized modules that are in the space station. It was over I think like a 7-month period, maybe, from October 2020 to April 2021. And then they brought them back down and analyzed them for microbial DNA and also for their chemical composition. And they found out what their findings was that the microbial environment in the ISS resembles the same sort of microbial environment you would find in COVID-19 isolation wards with constant sterilization. They were comparing it to stuff like that. So there's a lot of sterilization that's going on up there, and that sounds like it would be great, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a problem, and they to the scientists who know the problem, they were like, this probably is the problem. And so the reason that they identify that as a problem is because we have in our homes, we have a decent amount of microbial diversity all over the place that comes from all over the place. In fact, some studies have shown when you compare to an average home, say in different places, you're looking at between around 12% microbial diversity to up to as much as 15 to 18% microbial diversity, depending on the location that samples are taken over or throughout the world. That's the kind of range you're looking at. 12 to 15, 18% microbial diversity. And what we're talking about is just different types of microbes across the number of microbes that exist.
So there's a lot of commonality to the microbes, but there's a percentage of it is different than everything else, right? Like, in other words, I may come to a room, you may come to a room, and that room, we're going to share 80% of the microbial diversity, but you brought a little something special, and so did I, right?
Right. And so if you look at if you look at the phylogenetic tree of microbes that do exist, we're talking about somewhere between 12 and 18% of those that exist can be found in the average home. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty large amount. Well, they found that when they took these tests out of the International Space Station, there was only about 6% microbial diversity.
Oh,
now,
interesting.
Why would that be a problem? Why do you think that would be a problem?
Well, it's like
we don't have the immune systems built up to. Oh, why would it be a problem? Because I think you'd want less, right? Less is ideal.
Well, the right the right environment is what you want, right? Whatever that means, and it may mean a lot of microbes, but you just want the right ones. Like good gut health is the idea. Mm-hmm. So if we use that as the metaphor, I think so I'm going to guess, Bobby, and then Brian, feel free to outguess me because I'm probably so wrong on this. But it feels like to me that the diversity is actually that's good. And the more diversity you have, the better, the less unique biomes introduced. But you would think that
you're on the right track, Scott. Don't second guess yourself. Keep going.
Okay. The more diverse it is, the better off everybody's going to be because diversity
that builds your immune system.
Yeah, or yes. Or creates a situation where your body I always go back to gut health because I do know something about that from some issues I had years ago, and it always came down to you don't, like, people take too many antibiotics, they just kill the ecosystem and end up having a very non-diverse gut biome. But the more diverse you can keep it with the right microbiology, the better off your guts are going to be.
Like the more in there, the more of a balance you have. Like, this one kind of cancels out this other one, and
kind of like that, like a balance thing. Like there's nothing big and heavy on this side, and nothing small on this side. It's just one big happy. Everybody's eating. We're all eating tonight, boys. That kind of thing.
Yep. You're totally right, Scott. I'd like to compare. You brought up the gut microbiome. I like to compare these microbiomes in our bodies to other. It's an ecosystem. And it's just a really small one, and it's got its own niche that all the stuff that lives in our guts, that's where it lives. I like to compare it to other larger macro scale ecosystems like a rainforest or something like that, right? There's so much diversity of species in all of these forests and stuff, and that's really healthy for a forest ecosystem. To have lots of different things there because, like you said, it keeps things in check. One thing taking over an ecosystem causes an imbalance in the ecosystem. And so having a diversity in our microbiome inside our bodies and, as it turns out, on our skin and outside of our bodies, on the surface of our bodies, is also really, really healthy. And so there's been a lot of research that links low microbial diversity in our bodies to things like chronic inflammatory diseases like asthma and other and like allergies. So these things are known, and it was like a light bulb when they saw, really low microbial diversity on the International Space Station, and these things are happening to the astronauts. This has got to be what it is. And they think it's probably linked to the over-sterilization that happens.
Over-cleaning, right.
Yeah.
It's like when you're constantly washing keeping your kid off the floor and washing his little hands and not letting your 2-year-old kind of interact in his world. You're possibly causing these issues to at least let down the road may be an issue. Like you got to let the natural shit grow. We're not saying rub E. coli all over your face.
No, but let them get exposed to the things that they naturally should get exposed to so that they develop immunities to them.
Exactly.
You may have systems that can handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, you may have heard of the pig pen effect is what is talked about a lot. Which is, that pig pen from Peanuts, he's got this cloud all the way around him all the time, right? Well, we talk about that, or I say we like I'm one of these scientists. But that's talked about a lot in terms of children, with the pig pen effect. If they're always digging around in the dirt and getting dirty and being exposed to all these things and constantly surrounded by a cloud of this diverse microbiome, it has, there's research that suggests that has a sort of long-term protective effect. With those kids tend to have lower risk of developing asthma and allergies and stuff like that.
Could it be so? I mean, I don't know if these studies get into this or not, and obviously it's not a space station question. But who was it? Oh, it's John. The other day was talking about. I don't know if he said this on the pre-show, or if it was during Core proper, but the show was just me and him this week, and he was talking about how his whole life he'd had penicillin-based antibiotics, no problem, no issues, nothing. And then one time he takes them in his adult years for bronchitis or something and breaks out in the worst rash you've ever seen. And it's not unheard of, obviously, to get allergies or these kinds of autoimmune reactions in any point of your life. But can that sort of thing also be brought on by, he just hasn't been around a lot of microbiology diversity in the air or whatever? Is that a similar thing, or are we on a totally different track?
It could be. Allergies are a little bit not mysterious, but that's the wrong word. Allergies can be surprising because they, as you're implying, they can pop up later in life.
Sure.
Just out of nowhere, it seems. And it's just your body just detects an invader and decides for some reason that this is a problem, and then produces a bunch of antibodies to deal with it. And then once that happens, a lot of times your immune system's now primed to react to that every time it shows up.
Right.
But it doesn't do that when you're a kid, but it for some reasons decides to do it when you're an
It's
adult.
like
that
when
can
you
happen.
if I flew to India today and I ate Indian food, street Indian food, and drank the water, there's about a 99.9% chance that I will have the shits for the following week and probably a worm by the time I come home. Now,
Sure.
the people living there, drinking the same water, eating the same street food, are all having beautiful, solid package poops all week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an example of this, right? You introduce yourself to the biome that isn't the one you need or are used to, or that is the diversity that you are in. And if you don't slow ramp to it, you're going to have that problem. And I don't mean their food's like, how do I explain it? There's just like, there's stuff in there that they don't, it's not a problem for them. But if I eat it, I'm dead. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need bottled water, and
they've developed immunity to it. And
Yeah.
That's crazy
Process
to me
it.
how that works. Because, you know, if they came here and ate a McDonald's burger, they'd probably, I don't know, they're going to have not the same reaction, but it's not in their biome either, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So one of the ways that they've thought about proposed solving this problem is it's a little bit difficult to solve the problem, but you know, they kind of need to, as I was saying earlier, they kind of need to sterilize a lot because of the experiments that they're doing up there. So there are critical areas that need to be sterilized where the experiments are happening, and other places. But but in general, if you weren't considering that, then a solution might be to say, limit the amount of sterilization that happens so that they can continue to be exposed by certain things that happen up there, you know. And so they think maybe one way to solve this problem is to with future space stations, because I don't think they're trying to reorganize the International Space Station. I think there's been for years and years talk of decommissioning the ISS.
What do you do with that when you do that, by the way? You just push it and have it float out somewhere, or what do you do? Do you just keep it in orbit?
No, they would deorbit it, and they would make it crash land somewhere on Earth.
Okay.
That's what they would do.
Hopefully nowhere populated, you know.
And that's not too hard for them to do that in a controlled way. So
they're like spacemen. They're space experts. They know what's up.
Yeah, they are. So they're thinking next time we organize something like that, maybe it's as simple as, say, put critical areas of sanitation necessity on one end of the space station, whereas you have other ones just on the other end, because, you know, you're moving a lot between like living quarters, but maybe not as much in these experimental areas. So something as simple as that. But it's important to understand how to deal with this for future longer missions. We're thinking about putting permanent space stations on the moon, for example. We're thinking about going to Mars. Like, these are longer term solutions, and we'd like it if people could be as healthy as possible, not just before they go, but while they're up there and when they get back as well. Yeah,
no doubt. I have a quick follow-on to the question about charcoal-infused underwear. Would you like to hear?
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Good. So there were actual studies done. They had some in the 90s, but they did one. The most recent study that they refer to here is one from 2005. I'll give you a link, and I can actually show it too. But this is currently where I'm getting this is the National Library of Medicine, which is the National Center for Biotechnological Information. Anyway, they go into all the stuff and all the things they did for the test. It said here, they did a variety of charcoal-containing devices purported to minimize problems with furious rectal gas, the stinky stuff. We don't care if it doesn't reek. That's not even the problem, right? None of these, according to the results, worked to stop the air. Okay, that's not the thing. But it says here in their conclusions, the ability of charcoal-contained devices or containing devices to absorb furious rectal gases is limited by incomplete exposure of the activated carbon in the gases, or to the gases, rather. Right. Briefs made from carbon fiber are highly effective. Pads are less effective. Pads will only remove 55 to 77%. They say, in effect, if you're wearing underwear made of that material, like the entirety of it, you will eliminate like 99% of all stink out of those. It's all the what do you call them? They gave it a name.
Particles or
they call it here. They keep calling it furious, but what's the
Oh, furious.
So do you think? How do you think these people responded to the doji meals?
What's a doji meal? Is that
a doji email?
The doji email.
Oh,
tell me 5 things you did last week.
I thought a doji meal was a thing you'd eat, and then you'd fart a lot.
Doji meal.
I was thinking farts, so I stayed with meal. I don't know how these people felt. The National Library of Medicine, they probably have one guy there now in a basement keeping it all together.
Right.
I don't know how it's going.
He's doing important work, though.
Yeah, but good news. If you were hoping to cut down on the fartage, apparently if you get some good charcoal fiber underwear, you're in good shape on the plane. I'm going to try this. Guys. Here.
Okay.
And I'm also going to put it in there so you can see it, Bobby, if you wanted to read it. Hey, Bobby, speaking of science and regular updates on the science community and what's going on over there, you have this show called All Around Science. Tell us more and where to get it.
Oh, yeah, the science podcast I do.
Yeah.
I should tell you about it. It's,
you should.
It's called All Around Science. My co-host, Maura, and I talk about science every week. We try to cover something in science news that's going on, but also a lot of times we just talk about whatever we're interested in and whatever is going on in the science world. And I don't remember what we talked about in this past week, but you should check it out.
Must have been amazing, though. Must have been really memorable.
It was, it was a crazy weekend, and it was crazy me preparing for what I had to I think I just purged my brain of what it was oh, now I remember. I talked about the plant immune system.
Oh.
It just took me like so long to prepare for that. I was so ready to be done thinking about it.
Burned you out, yeah. So wait, like plants and how they're immune to conditions.
Yeah, we have an immune system, that's microscopic cellular level immune system, and I'd never thought about it before, but plants also have an immune system.
Wow.
And it works differently than ours, and it's really, really interesting how it works.
That makes sense. Some plants do really well in caustic environments, others don't. I assume there's something there with that.
Speaking of my co-host, she's going to be in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I saw that she was in the mini golf list. That's so cool.
That's great.
Yep, she's going to be there. And, speaking of the mini golf list, I wanted to say one thing real fast. Yeah. You mentioned earlier that I was putting together that spreadsheet and we're having people sign up. If everyone who signs up, if you put yourself on as that you're looking for a group, me and Brian will be we want to be the only people moving names into, putting people into groups if you put your name there, only because we don't want things to get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not weird, like socially weird. That's not what I'm talking about.
No, but it's socially weird when a husband and wife get split up and put into different groups. That's socially weird.
Yeah.
That's socially weird, and socially weird things are going to happen in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's already. Yeah, right.
But just weird, like logistically, how the page works and all this kind of stuff. There's if we want everybody to have access to the spreadsheet to be able to use it, we also can't lock it down in a way that makes it so that you can't mess it up. So it's easy to mess things up. So Brian and I should move names across,
So that sheet is, I know we talked about it earlier, but that's linked on the TMS.Vegas?
It is. It's linked on TMS.Vegas under the mini golf section. So go put your name on there. And if you already have 4 people together, including you, that want to do it, then great. Go to the right side. If you are a single person or even a couple who's like, go ahead and put us with whoever, then it'll automatically get added.
Yeah, and if there's a person that's a 2 or 3 person group that has a slot, and you have already talked to those people and said, "Hey, I want to be in your group," then you can put your name there.
You can do it. Yes, exactly.
If you have put your name on only me and Brian will move names from the looking for groups list to the groupings. So
just to make sure that, and we're doing it completely first in, first out. We're not trying to say, oh, this person would go really well with this group. It's like, no.
Yeah, we're not making
name number 1 goes into available slot number 1. Basically is how it goes.
Yeah. So I have a listener and a neighbor who him and his wife really want to group up with us. You're saying I shouldn't do anything like that in here. I think
you've already been put into a group.
Oh, am I in a group now?
Yeah, did you?
I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't see my name on here, though. Did I enter my stuff?
You've already been put in on the right side.
These are looking for groups. Okay, hold on.
Yes. Yeah, you've already been put into the right side.
Okay, so I've already been pushed around or put wherever I'm going to be.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me where I'm at.
hopefully somebody signing you up for their group you're aware of.
Oh, you know what? I'm in the group that I was See that Josh
good.
there? That's him. That's the guy.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
that's him.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, sweet. Excellent.
The looking for group side is really, it's just intended for people who are saying like, oh, I'm coming, but I don't really care where I get put. I just, I'm here by myself, or just me and my spouse or something like that. We're here and we don't care.
LFG.
Just put us somewhere.
Yeah. Just like World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You don't you want to go raid, but no one's on your team.
Exactly.
You're looking for raid.
And last aside, Brian, you know what I thought about? Maybe it's too late for this, maybe not. We should think about next year creating a what do you call it?
Form?
No, not even that. I was thinking a mailing list, like a newsletter.
Oh,
for Vegas.
that's not a bad idea. And just say, here's some new things that have come about. You'll need to do this now, or
yeah, just
hey,
an easy way.
We have all that. I get it.
notify.
I get it on the store when we do this at tickets. I have everybody's email. So.
Exactly, you would have email addresses and everything. So.
We have all that.
All right.
So we can use it. We could use it now.
This
if you wanted.
concludes our TMS Vegas.
We'd want to do
meeting.
it before tickets go on. Like, we'd want to do it really early in the process before tickets go on sale, just because there's other things that people need to sign up for. But it would be a way to let people know, hey, tickets are now on sale. Here's a link.
Yeah, that's
Just,
great.
not everybody's on the Discord. Not everybody's listening to the show regularly. Stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, having you here, pleasure as always.
All right, I've taken up enough of your time. Bye.
Have a great week. We'll see you next time. All right. He didn't take up hardly any time. Look, we have Wednesdays with Randy and Nicole. That's what taking time is. That's a time taker. What Bobby did, that ain't taking no time. We're good.
Right.
Well done, everybody. That's going to do it for today's show. Quick note. Actually, I moved a couple calls down here because of our top-heavy show today. So
cool.
These got moved. I got a couple of things for you. Real quick, this is Seth about the C word and its use cases, and also bald people and their use cases.
Wow. Okay. All right. Excellent.
We talked a little bit about both these things last week. So anyway, here it is.
Hey, Scott and Brian, it's Seth from Philly. Just listen to the whole bald comment litigation happening over in Great Britain. Yeah, the C word's a lot worse. And also, Brian, I like your bald head. It's very sexy. Cannot believe that was what they got offended by. Crazy Brits.
Yeah, so he thinks you have a sexy bald head, that guy.
Well, thanks, Seth.
Yeah,
I'll,
appreciate it, bud.
I keep it shorn just for comments like that. So thank you.
A lot of other stuff from the Brits saying, yeah, the C word's pretty bad here too. I always thought it was a little less bad, but what do I know? You guys sure use it a lot.
I thought so too. I think it's still got to be like a level 4 out there to the level 10 it is out here.
Or at the very least, just kind of a number of uses comparison is just higher there than we use it.
Right. It's part of a little bit more frequently heard, and so less thrown out.
Now, I don't know how you say the C word in Yiddish, but Amy has some Yiddish comments.
Thank goodness.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's your friend Amy. I just wanted to weigh in on the Yiddish for cheap is schnupp. So a use case would be, the deli was really schnupp with the lox today, meaning they didn't put enough lox on your bagel. So schnupp. Love the show.
Yeah.
Schnupp, not chintzy,
No.
which we found out was a whole different came from a whole different part of the world.
Yeah.
India, right? It
India,
was,
I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the fabric chintz. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So schnut.
Schnut.
Yeah.
So if I say to Kim, boy, you really schnut with the steak today. What's going on there?
Yeah. How come I only got a 4-ounce steak?
she'd go, what are you talking about? That's what she'd say.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Thank you for that. I don't know any Yiddish, so learning a little something there about the Yiddish. Amy, appreciate it. She's in the chat as well. Hi, Amy. How you doing?
Hello.
We could find out. You want to know what Brian's hair would look like? We could do their websites. You just upload a photo and it would give him a hairstyle.
Well, it doesn't know what pattern like my hair would grow in. Like when Tina, her hair started growing back after cancer, it came in like super curly, which I know was a factor of the chemo and stuff like that.
Sure.
But also, it would start right about here. The back would come in super long because that's the part I have to trim most often. But the top and
so that photo of you with the art palette and the kind of mullet, the high school era hair.
Yeah, it was at college, sadly.
Oh, was it college? I want to see that. Do you have that handy? We can show people.
I don't. I don't know where it is. I think you've got. Well, let's see if
I thought I had it, but I can't find it.
I know. Would I've saved that under mullet? On my hard drive
That's the
somewhere?
hard part is I don't know what I have a billion
Yeah.
files with your name in it, and I don't.
I know.
Most of them are sound files. There's always this. I have this file called Transibit, which is kind of funny in its own way.
Oh, geez. Yeah, maybe. Transparent, folks. Transparent. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. I don't see it. So if you ever find it,
Yeah.
though, it'd be fun to share with the folks.
It's certainly not this one right here of me with a mullet.
Whoa, look at this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Still
is.
have that thing. I should sell it on eBay, that dumb
I forgot what it was from. What was the deal?
McDonald's Happy Meal. It was like a
Happy Meal, but what was the thing?
Kendrick Lamar meal. No, it was that artist, whoever that artist is that came up with that.
Oh, is it
character?
Oh, the guy that was in Fortnite and all huge in Fortnite.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Travis Scott.
Travis
Thank you,
Scott.
Mr. Berger.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's it.
No, my dad, Rainbow Bright. My dad has a full head of hair, really good hair. My dad
Comes
has.
to your mom's
'Cause
side, right?
It comes from your mom's dad. Yeah, your paternal grandfather or maternal grandfather is where it comes from. And poor Tristan doesn't have a shot because my mom's dad was super bald.
See, I should have been. My mom's dad was very bald, like at a young age. My dad was very bald, even though it doesn't come through his side. But all the factors working against me, and I ended up having hair. So I don't know how that
No, I
works.
guess it's Tina's dad is the one that's super bald that affects Tristan. My
Right.
mom's dad is the one that affected me.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
my
yeah,
mom.
you're exactly right. Maternal grandfather.
So mother's dad, right? Yeah.
Mother's dad. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know how I escaped it. I'm an anomaly. I'm an outlier. Although it's pretty thin. It's
I
getting
was
thin.
going to say, is this escaping it?
Well, I mean, my dad was bald by 32. I kept it pretty, still here. It's a little thin. I still got it. Well,
It's
you
a little
think?
bit of a five head.
You think so?
You've got a very prominent, a very lovely and attractive forehead, Scott, and it's
Definitely receding, no question.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. Here's my favorite picture of Brian holding this Pokemon. Look at
Oh yes, I have that hanging up right there. As a matter of fact,
That was a fun one to do.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. All right, well, that's it.
Although Aerodactyl is my favorite Pokemon, but I can't hold an Aerodactyl. In Russia, Aerodactyl hold you.
That's the truth over there.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to do it for us. By the way, those voicemails we've been getting all day, those come to us at voicecast.app/TMS. Use it as frequently as you'd like. It's linked on the side as well, which, of course, is frogpants.com/TMS. And we'd love to get your calls, so keep those coming. Your texts and all that. Oh, they've added texting to the thing, so you can actually go there and choose
cool.
between them and say, yeah, I'm going to record a voicemail, or there's a tab that just lets you send a message. The idea is here we can keep it on one place, not have to have you go to 10 places. So if you want to send us a message, use that. It's free. You don't have to log in. You don't have to tell us who you are, even if you don't want to. Just go send us a text or send us a thing. All right, that's it. Brian, let's get out of here. Play a song.
Sure. Well, it's really funny that Tim Watson, TRPW, just submitted a title based on Foreheads and Zombie by the Cranberries, because we're playing a cover of that today. Grandmaster Jarf wrote in and said, "Greetings, Scotch and Brandy. I wanted to dedicate a cover of Zombie by the Cranberries to my friend Jeff. He passed away unexpectedly on Wednesday, February 26th, in his sleep. He's been a good friend of mine for over 30 years, and I have the most fond memories of the days when we played D&D for hours, even days on end. He introduced me to the world of the Cranberries and my love of Wolverine. May you rest in peace, Jeff. Thank you guys for all you do. Love the show, though." Signed, Grandmaster Jarf.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so sorry to hear about that. And there's a lovely dedication there, Grandmaster. We've played quite a few different versions of Zombie on the show, and I don't think we've played this one. This is by a singer named Lauren Strange. This was a single that she released several years ago. It is her take on Zombie. It's got a little bit of a harder edge to it, but not quite as hard an edge as... Shoot, what was the band? White Wolf? Who's the band that did a cover of it?
I don't know.
I know I'm getting
kind of a
the
common
name.
one, like one we've heard a lot of.
Yeah, one with Bad Wolves. Recently, not recently, 2018, when Dolores O'Riordan passed away, they did a cover of Zombie. Bad Wolves did, and it was a very heavy edge to it.
I think you played that back then. I think
I did play it back then. Yep, I'm looking at it in the TMS tracks list.
Gotcha.
I just can't see the exact date I played it.
Sure.
But here it is, Zombie by Lauren Strange, from a single.
Frog Pants. The F is for fun. The R is for right on. The OG is for oh geez, that was good. And then pants.
That's my duck, if that counts.